So let's get the final match started. First one we have is our Terran ruBy, and he's going to be going up against our Protoss KaL, who just got off beating Savior on Katrina. We will see if it's going to be a Protoss or a Terran who will join anytime to advance to the Ro16. Fighting. So the map is Blue Storm, 2-player spawns, the top right, bottom left. The red Terran ruBy in the top right. And the green Protoss in the bottom left, we have KaL. So I'm interested to see what strategies both of these players will do. KaL might more than likely, unless he goes for something like a 12 Nexus, which would be interesting, more than likely probably just a gateway opener. On the other hand, I'm interested to see if ruBy will try for a Rax FE or if he'll go for a factory opening. Now, one thing to keep in mind about this map is that 2-player map, so they will be able to scout each other ASAP. They don't have to scout other positions. And then there is a bit of a choke near the expansion, so only certain units will fit through. So things like vultures, tanks, dragoons, they won't fit through that block or that choke. But what this also means is that the Terran player can, get a couple of tanks in that just outside that choke, and they should be able to range the workers mining, and deny mining, even hitting the expansion as well, depending on how close they are to the choke itself. But there is a high ground right outside the expansion as well, and if a Terran or even a Protoss gets some units up there, they will basically be able to deny any move outs, or at least delay them from quite a bit of time, especially if as a Terran, let's say you get some mines and tanks protecting them from behind. Now both players are going for just a normal, looks like a Rax and the gateway. We'll see more than likely the gas soon for KaL as well. And ruBy's going to be the first basically to go out to scout at this point. And he gets the gas as well, so more than likely a factory expand on his end. Now I have seen some 2-fact plays on this map from Terrans in past MSLs, OSLs, whichever ones were using this map. So it'll be interesting to see if ruBy will try this kind of a strategy, but we'll have to wait and see. First Zealot is out, and the SCV does see it coming as well. So we'll see the factory should be coming in soon, but we do see just a single SCV mining. So I wonder if it's going to be a proxy, or because I'm not seeing anything in the base just yet. So he must have gotten his 100 gas already, unless it's a mistake. Oh, okay, so we see that the factory is starting there, so maybe it was just slightly delayed. And you can see the choke there, the Zealot is able to walk through it because of the size. Same thing with Marines, SCVs, probes, and drones. But the Zealot right now, this is a great block with the depot and the racks. And that the SCV with building the factory will be safe, and looks like the Zealot will be leaving momentarily basically. He's going to be chased out by the Marines. We do see the rains coming in as well, but KaL hasn't really revealed what he plans to do. And once the factory is done, we'll see if it's going to be okay. So it's going to be an add-on. So he more than likely will just get mines he'll more than likely get some vultures with mines. But that was a really nice split with the Marines, and they're all alive, while the Zealot is about down to what, 37 health. Oh, it looks like that got one of the Marines, but one Marine for a Zealot, I would say that's a fantastic trade. Now, are we going to see a Nexus from KaL? Because he must... Okay, I see a probe coming back, so it looks like we do see the Nexus going down. But the probe should have actually seen just the edge of that. We do see the research as well for the factory, and we do see an SCV coming out. So more than likely, SCV is going to either get a bunker up or more, because I do see 2 Dragoons heading along the way, basically. Oh, but it looks like it's going to be a CC, basically. So his research must be almost finished. So at this point we haven't seen any vulture. I actually wonder if they might be... Let's take a look and see. Okay, so it looks like a tank, so maybe it was actually... Now they're gonna be catching the first Dragoon. It will survive for sure, especially with the high ground. He should turn back at this point in time. But the Dragoon Raids isn't done yet, so he can at least snipe one more of the Marines if he actually knew about their health. And it looks like that's what KaL has in mind. He's gonna just snipe Marines as much as he can. But you can see the high ground missing. We do see the vulture with the mines. So it looks like what ruBy ended up doing was getting the factory. He's getting the mines as mentioned, but he decided to go with a tank basically, just to kind of push forward. And the mines will help with the control, so you can see where he's laying them. Now we'll see. It's still 5:30, so it's a bit early for the army, but we'll see what timing he gets that on. And we did see the robo from KaL's end. We'll see if it's observers to start, or if it's going to be reavers. So hopefully we get a snapshot soon. But the probe does make it in. It does get an idea of the whole intel. So KaL knows at this point that ruBy only has the one fact and he has another one halfway done basically. So he doesn't have to be concerned about any aggression. So we have the shuttle out, it's waiting, so more than likely a reaver. It might be that it's up. Oh, okay, so they haven't showed where the... Okay, there it is. And we see that the observers are... Oh, there's an observer, the observer will be coming in after the reavers basically. So I think it's a pretty good strategy right now, especially with the one factor, so the tank count will be low. But we do see the SCV sneaking in and getting a full scout, and it will see the reavers. So this is extremely huge. Extremely huge for big news for ruBy seeing the reaver basically, so he will know that something is coming to prepare basically. I didn't see the eBay just yet on his side, and I haven't seen the army, but we haven't seen his base recently, so we'll see what he has for preparation. He may just... Okay, so we see the Goliath, so the army is done at this point in time. Looks like it's in the top, and it looks like it's +1 is resourcing, so it's not too bad. Comsats are coming in as well, but he does know the reaver is coming. So those Goliath will be worth their weight in gold. Oh, it looks like SCV just barely missed it. And this reaver will get at least one SCV kill. At least one. It's gonna be... you can see the one SCV kill, and he looks like he's gonna get the tank as well. This is a huge... Oh, and he even gets the Goliath as well. This is big. Wow, he kills the whole army basically. So this is an extremely bad situation for ruBy at this point, because only he has the tank. He doesn't have any other unit, and this reaver can just keep ranging the tank basically. I don't even believe he has siege at this point. We do see the third base from ruBy as well, which is kind of greedy from my perspective. He doesn't really have much unit, so it looks like he's actually gonna get this SCV killed, and this will be denied for a bit, but he's not gonna be able to straight up kill it. Now the third nexus is down from KaL. I do prefer his position, and looks like we're gonna get more SCV kills as well, or at least the mining denied. Oh, and that's... Wow, okay, that's huge. You can see ruBy knows that he's in extreme trouble. He just lost the remainder of his army, and that reaver's already got what, 6 kills, 8 kills? Between the delayed mining, losing those 3 tanks, the 3 Goliath, and getting his third denied, this is looking extremely bad for ruBy. And the reaver is still alive, and all its cost is a single zealot, I believe, if it's not, or 2 zealots basically. Okay, this is fantastic. This actually is what he needs. So he does come in, he does see the doubles target, and those carriers are coming in, and he will get a couple of probes. So I would say, even though I still prefer KaL's position. These vultures were worth their weight in gold as well, because he knows everything there is to know right now about KaL. But that third will be denied. He's gonna have to lift it up, and it might end up dying as well, depending on how well the target firing is. So he will lose the reaver. He's gonna kill only a single Goliath, but we see the Dragoons actually breaking up the front, and his tanks are down again basically, and the GG as well. So this was fantastically played by KaL. This is fantastic. The reverse shots, the mind drag, just completely resetting the tank count over and over, and getting the scout to know that he had time to move out. He wasn't as concerned. Everything did work in his favor, but he did have great execution. ruBy was a bit greedy to take that third from my perspective, especially that there's a high ground right outside it, and his army count was extremely low. Looks like KaL will be moving alongside anytime to the Ro16.